Hey everybody, it's me, John Anthony Chihak Soltero. I am the anti-hero, and I'm here with a mail call, a big mail call or haul, as a mail call haul. But first, I just wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers. We've got a handful of new subscribers over the last day or two, and that's in big part and massive thank you to Small Town Collectibles. Jimmy tagged me on a post on Instagram along with my YouTube channel, and we got some new subscribers and even people liking and commenting saying, "Hey, I just subbed to your channel, like the videos." So that really means a lot to me, even though I'm not working to like monetize this or do anything like super duper special with it, just kind of still doing my thing. I appreciate the support and the help. All the likes and shares and subscriptions really mean a lot to me. The little notifications popping up put a smile on my face, which is something that's really important in this day and age because we're all dealing with a lot of different stressors. I mean, we're going into the holiday season. It's hard enough for some people, and with everything that's going on right now, it's downright difficult. I'll just say that. I'm not a big fan of the holidays myself. Ever since I was a little kid, they don't really mean a lot to me. I do get to see family, so that always means a lot. But of course, this year that's going to be quite different. But not to get too down in the dumps, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the new subscriptions, for the new watches. Thank you, Small Town Collectibles, for your shout out, and also thank you big time for reaching out to me to ask about getting the Bubba Patrol. That went out in the mail today. So I'm really happy. The Bubba Patrol is now going to be in Kentucky. So we're in a handful of different states. If you've seen me talk about the Bubba Patrol, please reach out to me if you're interested in getting a copy. They will be autographed. They will be personalized. The Bubba's Bubbograph, the copies of the book as well. So you're getting something wholly unique and supporting an individual independent creator at the same time. So like on with the show, right? I got a couple of big stacks. I just got like a medium-sized box full of stuff and also just came back from the comic book shop. I know yesterday was new comic book day, but I got paid today. So that's why I went today, and I missed out on a couple of books that were probably on the shelf yesterday that are now on the hot list already. So whatever, it is what it is. Earlier this week, I got a shipment from Midtown. Midtown did a sale a couple weeks back. They always take a little bit of time to ship with COVID, and I know they're probably getting hundreds upon hundreds of sales left and right. Anyways, so some of the stuff I picked up was this Bounty Hunters copy. This is a second printing of issue 2. It's that real nice Boba Fett cover. And then this one is the Mark Brooks cover. I believe this is Mark Brooks. Cover to issue number 5 of Bounty Hunters. I just saw these and I thought they were really, really sweet looking. Also, let me see if I can pull. Some of these I started to take the labels off of, and now they're sticking, of course. I also got the regular A cover of Star Wars number 6. That's Luke Skywalker with his yellow lightsaber. Picked up kind of a mini run of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles after issue number 100 because I'm trying to get back to number 100. So I've got 103, 104, it's 107, nice Mouser cover, 108, and 109. I just picked up 111 last week off the shelf. So I should be getting close to the 100 full mark. I was collecting City of War, and then I stopped at 101, which is kind of cool because that was Venus de Milo's first appearance in the ongoing continuity. I also got a couple of copies. I was wanting to get the A cover, but I got Batman 96. I got 2 copies of, this is the Matina B cover. Beautiful, beautiful work. Just the variants nowadays as they're coming out with are astonishing, like Derek Chu and Art Germ, Matina, Perio. It just doing some phenomenal work. And speaking of artists who are really, really hot right now, I have these already, but they were on sale, and so I decided to pick up more copies for a friend of mine who loves the video game. So I got the Peach Momoko variants of Dawn Zero or Horizon Zero Dawn issues 1 and 2. And then when I was at the shop today, the next issue they also had the Peach Momoko variant. So I don't know if maybe that's becoming just a regular available variant, or with some publishers they're making it an incentive variant. I also picked up, because I have the B cover, I got the A cover where you actually see Nightwing face off with Punchline for the first time on the cover. So that's pretty cool. That's going in my personal collection. I also, like I said, I picked up the second copy of that. That's probably going to go on my non-con show. And then from the LCS earlier this week, I picked up Taskmaster #1. I thought this was a Finch cover, just the way that Taskmaster is drawn. But of course, the heads in the circles are not Finch characters, and that's definitely not Finch's Sig either. But this is phenomenal artwork, and I love the juxtaposition of it. I also like Taskmaster. There's something to be said for that character, even though they've never really done much with him. He showed up in the Houston edition of Moon Knight. I'm not going to go through all of these, but this is a big bad stack of the 90s Deathstroke book, starting with issue 6, going not a straight run, but there are a lot of books in there, all the way to 31, and including the 2 annuals and the really sweet Mike Zeck cover. I believe that's Zeck. That's what they use for the trade paperback anyways. But one of the really cool things is these were all dollar books from Collectors Haven on Comic Book Shopping Network on Facebook. And I was able to get a couple copies of issue 15, which is the first appearance of Rose Wilson, Deathstroke's daughter. And this book is still super affordable right now because, for whatever reason, it did not blow up with season 2 of Titans, with the live action debut of Rose Wilson. And then we also got the live action debut of Deathstroke. That didn't blow up New Teen Titans #2, which was kind of strange. It also didn't blow up Nightwing's first appearance, which is also kind of strange. It really seems like, all the spec books are Marvel books, although a lot of the spec books now coming out are Green Lantern books. So it's almost revolving more around the TV shows that are going to be on HBO Max and Disney Plus. So, I mean, if that's something that you're into for investment purposes, collect what you want. I try not to get too much into that, because then it just becomes too much of a challenge for me, and some of those books blow up really, really quickly. And I got a mortgage to pay. I'm a single income household, so I can't spend all my money on comics as much as I'd like to. I also picked up a couple of Avengers anniversary books, 360 and 363. They did these. Oh, that's kind of cool. These super duper foil covers that were also super embossed. I mean, you can see that pretty well on the camera itself. I also picked up from Dash's show, who's also on the Collector's Haven. I picked up the sweet Amazing Spider-Man Mary Jane scooter cover. And then I picked up the Harley Quinn 75, her with Punchline variant as well. Really cool thing is that Hi-Fi colored the interiors on this book. Hi-Fi does a lot of colors in the industry, and I don't know them well, but I have met them, the Millers, on a number of occasions at mostly Phoenix Comic-Con, now Phoenix Fan Fusion. But pretty pretty good people, Brian and Christy Miller. So, and also their work is really, really great as well. Immortal Hulk 40 is what I picked up this week. That's the last issue of Immortal Hulk that I'll be doing, just because I think the last issue I read was 25, so I'm way behind. And once I get to that point, it's just like I'm just buying them because it's habit, and I can't do that. That's not sustainable. It's not responsible financially. Dark Knight's Death Metal, number 5. Both A and B covers of Nightwing 76. The B covers, I'm loving the B covers. The A covers are telling more of the story. And I'm going to do... so there's a channel called Parts Unknown with Adam Blampi. And it's a wrestling channel. And he does a segment called How I Would Book. Meaning how he would have scripted or written an angle in professional wrestling that was kind of lackluster. There was the WCW invasion in the WWE. There was Jinder Mahal's world title run, the breakup of the Shield, and how he would have booked Roman Reigns, how he would have booked the Montreal Screwjob, things like that. And I actually really am considering writing up a how I would have done the Rick Grayson angle, the Rick Grayson storyline that took, oh God, what was it, issue 50 something when he became Rick Grayson, and issue 74 he says that he's Nightwing again, or he says he's Dick. In 75 he puts on the Nightwing costume again, and so it was almost 2 years of nonsense in my eyes. So I'll do a story about that, about how I would have done that story, how I could have done it better. And then also to kind of jump on the bandwagon, I picked up a couple of Scout comics today. Children of the Grave issue 1 and Concrete Jungle issue 2 came out this week, but they still had issue number 1. So I'm going to pick that up and see how I like it. Been hearing nothing but good things about Scout comics. And the woman running the register today was saying, they're smaller print runs. They're more of an indie company. So a lot of people are jumping on them because there's speculation that with a smaller print run, it's going to be more valuable. And then some of the books that they're already working on, some of the titles, I guess, are so high quality that people are getting excited that, a lot of these properties could be picked up. And right now, not to say anything negative about Scout Comics or any other comics or anything like that. Right now, Hollywood doesn't have any ideas. They're paying writers, and the writers went on strike in like 2008, right? Because they wanted residuals for and royalties for the things that they were writing both on TV and in movies. And for whatever reason, these individuals, and this was 2008, remember, that's the year the Marvel Cinematic Universe started. 2008 was a huge year for comic book movies, and it really kind of proves a point that Hollywood doesn't have a lot of original ideas. They're just taking properties that were other places like comic books, video games, redoing movies. And it's like, instead of just continuing and coming up with ideas, they're just rehashing the same old stuff. And I don't know about you, but it's been a really long time since I've been to a movie. I don't really care about going back to the movies. Like, I have movies that I want to watch. I have TV shows I want to watch, and it just bothers me that there are people out there who, they're paid to do a specific job, but because of the market share, there's no incentive to do something new. So they'll keep getting paid as long as they produce things that make money, but they're not going to produce anything new because there's the chance that won't make any money. And we know that there's also a nostalgia kick for certain things. And if you bring back Robert Downey Jr. for one more Iron Man movie, you're going to make $9 billion. And the 3 writers who worked on that will each walk home with, X number of dollars. So why not rehash that kind of stuff? It just, as a fan, it bothers me. And as somebody who studied animation and film and things like that, it bothers me because part of what I'm doing with the Bubba Patrol and part of what I tried to do with Fuzzy Face and when I'm going to revamp Euthanasia, these are all my ideas, and of course there's influences from other places, but at the same time it is very much my interpretation and my spin on what fun superheroes should be, or dark and gritty should be, or black comedy should be. It's not me just taking something and just being like, oh, I just tweaked it a little bit. Like Fuzzy Face is completely different. Of course, I didn't write that either. But Euthanasia was my baby until the Bubba Patrol. And, there are superhero animals in and around. One of them squeaking over there right now. But that's just the thing that we deal with the entertainment industry. Comic books will go back to the well and rehash a story that they did, 10 years ago that was successful, 30 years ago that was successful. That's why we've seen Secret Wars so many times. That's why we've seen how many different crises: Final Crisis, Infinite Crisis, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Identity Crisis. These universe-spanning crossovers where you have to buy like 75 books over the span of 6 months in order to completely follow the story, so you get everything on the checklist. And that's how they're trying to make their money. And the problem is when you have that many books and you have that many titles and you have that many creators, there's a lot of stuff lost in continuity. So just tell your isolated stories. It doesn't have to interspan your universe or go over to another universe or anything like that. You can still tell your story effectively. Speaking of telling my story effectively, this week, and specifically on Saturday, I am a part of an online Comic-Con called 101 Tales, or 101 Tales. Some really great people who put a lot of work and effort into putting together this project. On Saturday at 8 p.m., that's Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 here in Arizona, and I don't even want to calculate what it is, but 8 Pacific on Saturday the 21st. I'm going to be talking about not just the Antiheroverse in total, but the Bubba Patrol specifically. I'm going to get about an hour to talk about it, answer questions if you have them. The really cool thing, and I'm putting the description or the link in the description, go to comicsplex.com. It's totally free to sign up. You can search out authors, you can search out artists, you can search out comic book creators and new indie comics, and pick stuff up from those creators directly. They'll be shipping, they'll explain how to take payment, stuff like that. But this is your opportunity to have that Comic-Con experience without any sort of risk, get stuff shipped directly to you, and find some of your new favorite artists, writers, and comic books themselves. And so one of the really, really cool things, like I was saying, was that there's some new subscribers to the channel, which means a lot to me. And Small Town Collectibles was instrumental in helping me get some more subscribers. There's been quite a few different channels that are doing shout outs, and I appreciate all of you. My apologies for not saying thank you on previous videos if I didn't. But every subscriber means a lot to me. It puts a smile on my face. If it doesn't do anything monetarily, I don't care. Part of this whole situation, it's an exercise and it's a practice in trying to bring content and having a routine. And that's super important during the pandemic. A lot of us are stuck at home. A lot of us aren't able to see our families or travel for the holidays. So I'm going to start thinking of some new projects to do. And some of them are going to be me riffing on movies and just doing an audio commentary. Maybe that you sync up. Maybe, you can all be watching a movie and it'll be headphones in and everything, and I'll just be talking about the movie itself, and then you guys can follow along if you want. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. It was originally going to be called like Drunken Masterpiece Theater, but I don't drink anymore, so that would be kind of stupid. Anyways, so check out 101 Tales at comicsplex.com. Like I said, I'll be telling the entire story of the Antiheroverse, or as much as I can get in about 50 minutes, but going over the Bubba Patrol as well. And for those of you who have supported the channel, those of you who have liked and subscribed, thank you so much. For those of you who want to pick up the Bubba Patrol, I mean, for $12, you're going to get, hold on a second. for 12 bucks. I should have been better prepared. Let me see where it is. Okay, so here's the deal. For $12 plus shipping, of course, you are going to get the special collected edition. This is issues 1 and 2. All of this is printed on newsprint. That's the really awesome thing. Issues 1 and 2 with the Uncanny X-Men 133 homage cover. You're going to get the Bubba Files origin issue, which has Grayson's origin in it. It also has bios on all the characters in the Bubba Patrol. And you're going to get issue 3 with the Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage. This is the origin of the Super Duper Cypress. And from what I've been told, every single issue I do is really heartwarming and heartfelt because these are my dogs. These are dogs that I've had for years and years, and they mean the world to me, and they make me happy on such a huge level that I had to give them a legacy. And what can I do? But I can write and draw comics. So I put them in a comic book, and it's been the most fun work that I've done. In a way, it's been the most heartbreaking work that I've done. And if you tune into Comixplex for the 101 Tales on Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific, you're going to find out why, and you're going to hear about this journey. So it really means a lot to independent creators and independent content creators that you support them, that you like, you subscribe, that you tune in and watch. I noticed on my analytics, like 95% of my views are from people who don't subscribe. Not that I have a ton of subscribers. I've got over 100 now, and I'm super grateful for that. So everybody who's subscribed or shared or put me on a playlist somewhere, it means a lot. And like I said, this isn't about monetizing. This is a practice, and it's about me sharing my love of comic books, and it's about me sharing my creation and my art to you guys. And it's also just a personal, to quote Colt Cabana, it's a personal journey and an entryway into my mind and my journey, and hopefully soon the mind, hearts, and journeys of some other creators. I'm wanting to do some Zoom casts where I'm interviewing people that I've either worked with or people people who just want to be a part of it. So I hope you're enjoying the show. I'll do the sketch covers I've been working on later, most of which will be available on Non-Con. They'll also be available on 101 Tales. But just hit me up. Let me know what you think. I appreciate your support, and any love and positive thoughts are going out to everybody out there. Please continue wearing your masks. It's not political. It is personal. I don't want to catch it, and I don't want to give it to anybody if I have it. So that's all there is to it. Wash your hands and, take your vitamins and get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, and take care of yourselves. So until next time, see you later.